intuition as a woman does not work if you're not in a healthy mental space.
I was just thinking that.
It don't work. It's
right
not. It's not.
It's cold.
It's not.
Took it right on my mind.
It does not work.
You could use
what is it?
Intuition.
Your intuition is created by your reality, and some of these people reality is false.
Distorted.
Yes.
So your intuition is all type of bullshit.
It's distorted.
Yes.
It's
so you ain't thinking about nothing but
especially
some
when
bullshit.
your beliefs fucked up. Like
Facts.
it is.
Them
Like
are facts.
a woman that is genuinely intuitive, she has a feminine, calm demeanor. When we hostile and worked up, and even when we overly stressed with parenting.
I'm gonna give you a point too. Like,
Hold on, let me finish that one right there.
Even when we overly stressed with parenting, this is why I keep pushing against that narrative of being a single mama. You will stress yourself the fuck out and lose what makes you a woman. You will lose it because you annoyed 24/7. The kids ain't you get up in the morning, kids moving slow, you start cussing them out and rushing them, fussing. You late to work, you get the people on the job annoying you. Your whole demeanor becomes an energy that's an attitude 24/7. That's why we normalizing resting bitch faces and niggas is calling it cute for bitches to be her mean, her fine, mean ass. Y'all even willing to accept the shit. Nah, because we doing it so much. And that's not what a woman is. Intuition comes from a place of peace. It's a mother nature thing.
Preach that shit.
It just it's a fact. You know what I mean? Like you can spend it how you want to spend it. This is just truth as a woman. Until
do you think women are just making like a false wall, like you said earlier? Like they know they want a man, they know they want to be a woman, but they just got this false wall of reality up.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you something because I struggled with this when I stepped out here. Like after coming out the streets and realizing like bro, I can be something on both ends of the spectrum, right? So. Now I'm a boss bitch. Like I'm stepping into business. I'm understanding how to touch real money and shit like that. You realize like, okay, I pop my shit in rooms like a nigga a lot of times, right? When I get home, no man wants that in his household. We don't have enough conversations about how to manage that shit. Like real shit.
Right
so
there.
it get to the point where it's like I'm feeling like I gotta compromise my being a boss bitch for having a man. It's like I can't have both, but we're not nurturing the conversation that like boss women got to talk and bitch, how you turn that shit off when you go home? Because you running the company out in the world and you gotta be that. Anybody know you running a team of people or you?
But don't you think you'd be submissive to the right situation?
So yes and no, right? Obviously the man has to come with that energy. So yes, but the no part is I don't give a damn how much of a provider or an alpha male you are. If you dealing with one of the women that it is embedded for her to be independent and there's a flex, she ain't gonna do nothing, but it'll be a power struggle. She gonna
because she feels like she's supposed to be the leader.
Can't turn it off. It's a lot of men that I do one-on-one phone calls with that are successful men and they have boss females. You know, they woman got her own business. She top of the food chain in her career field. And when they come home, a lot of times, like, it's a power struggle. And it's like, I love my woman. I don't want to leave her, but
it's like a battlefield.
The more successful she is, the more I feel like I'm with a nigga. You see, I'm telling you, as a woman that's really getting to it out here, you have to intentionally tackle this shit. There got to be something on the front of your brain that you are nurturing as a woman. Like, I'm not trying to be this with my man. When we started getting more rights as women coming from history, you know, we getting jobs, we aiming to earn what y'all earn. The first thing a bitch flex on a nigga with when she paying for shit is the money. We start doing what we said we ain't like niggas doing. This is why them dudes that be homosexuals living with a bitch make her mad. Soon as I bought everything you got on, fuck nigga. Like we finna fuck. I pay the bill. Get your shit and get out. This why the fuck you got to get out. Like and then we get back together. How the fuck this nigga gonna be your nigga? You just Sunday his ass.
Hold him
in front of the kids.
Nah, like Bank always say, once the respect gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
That shit over, man. Yeah. Like, but a nigga, you know what I'm saying? A homosexual nigga stay around. Still. But I hate this bitch, bro. I'm finna make this bitch my wife. Get on my shit and I would dab with you. Fuck all that. That's what be going on.
But then that's what that same shit that you talking about though, like with the homosexuals. that shit'll go back to, like you said, when a nigga doesn't have any other alternatives or any other options and he has to do with that shit will push a nigga over the edge. Because
I think you gotta, like, niggas just can't live in like city like Atlanta trying to be like this shit fucked up, bro. It's too many to one. It's too many. These women, like you said, they just saying what it is. Like, bro, I ain't trying to do all that. I'm trying to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
They saying what it is, like a nigga. Like, hey, bro, fuck all that. I ain't trying to nothing. Even the women are doing that now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't finna keep sitting in the cut, man, waiting on Romeo. Yeah. Hey, it's fucked up, man.
Yeah,
it is.
It's fucked up. I don't know how to explain, because how you gonna not be seen if you not seen? That's how they looking at it. So they just coming. The women are getting more bold. Like, hey, approach your niggas.
Yeah. But
bitches getting down on their knees and shit. Proposing.
We gotta stop this masculine, overly independent.
If my granddad saw that shit, man.
The more we going into that role, the more it's pushing niggas into whole ass roles. That's why I'm saying that. Facts. Like, the balance need to lean back the other way. Cause we moving niggas in with us. We paying for everything. And then we doing it because by nature there's that urge to have a man. That's why we laid up with fuck niggas and niggas that he ain't finna get his shit together no time soon. And we know that. Like, if you ask a bitch and you weren't gonna tell the nigga what she said, she gonna tell you, like, I know he ain't shit, but I love him though. Just being able to say that they got companionship, cause that shit lonely. Especially when you start to become successful and you realize, like, I'm in this bitch by myself. And you can see it when women beef with other women. First thing we throw out there, where her man at? This without a man being a part of the conversation. Bitch go to bringing up, I fuck your nigga, or you ain't got no nigga. Like, we really got to start embodying just being feminine, being in a space where you could be as boss as you want with your business. But in regards to men, require them to step up and flex what they have naturally, which is masculinity. It comes out when the environment demands that it does. Otherwise, it won't. That's what turned boys into men. They got to be a part of something. There has to be a purpose. There has to be some sort of rules or wants that the man chooses to discipline himself to have or follow. And it has to come organically from that dude. Or in our community, they going to get pushed towards a system where you going to conform to that shit in prison. Or you going to be another nigga, bitch ass homeboy. Y'all see it? It's plenty of artists and the niggas in their entourage. Hey, go get this. Your ass crossing the bridge to get cheesecake for another nigga trying to get on. Like, until you figure out your own purpose. It just is what it is for men. And this is the reality that we need to state to black boys. Like, bro, if you don't see about you, your mental health, what you want for yourself, like, some woman gonna come and run you and conform you to her idea. Cause like he say, bitches is stepping up, just setting households up how they want it, like a nigga. Or you gonna end up out here like lost. The world gonna run you.
Yeah, but it's a lot of niggas too, though, that are not breadwinners and that are not the quote unquote leader in certain aspects of their household, but it's still like a glass clear understanding in their household that they wear the pants.
Right. I come from a time where, and I've said this before, this is one of the videos that first went viral when I started making lives and shit online. But I explained, like, a lot of niggas don't realize because in this country, you only valuable in like 3 or 4 ways as a man, right? If you have to be intellectually successful, meaning you're smart enough to touch success, a skilled laborer where you actually can work with your hands and build things. Infrastructure is every bit of what represents men, the roads, the buildings, the fucking, every job that a woman would never want to do. You got men handling that, and those jobs are the basis of how society functions. The garbage truck drivers, the truckers, the people that do construction work, plumbing, sewage, roofing, all the real shit that allows us to exist, right?
Trades.
Right. Exactly. It's only certain areas or certain pockets that society deems a nigga successful. When you look at yourself as a man, if you realize that I have, for example, those skilled labor abilities, I take a trade. You got to be able to walk in a room full of women, and even though you ain't got the biggest bag or the most expensive designer or the nicest car, and say, bitch, I'm rich. I'm like, you marry a nigga like me, I can build us a house. Bitch, I can, like, your car breakdown, I can take the motor apart, put that bitch back together. Your brakes, we ain't got to pay nobody. Oil changes. This is money. Without being direct money, it's currency. Niggas that work with their hands, that is money. Like, I grew up watching my dad. That nigga could build a house, do roofing, take apart a car, landscaping. He digging up the yard, putting down sprinkler systems. He ended up doing electrical work. Hold this right here for me, baby. Do this. Get in there, pump them brakes. Your mama don't let too much air in this bitch. Bleed the line. Now stop. Now pump it when I tell. Like, these is niggas that, like, They're aware of what they are. Everybody looking for a nigga to have a bag or some flashy, fancy shit, and we getting away from what makes a man a man. These is the real responsibilities, the stuff that, like, when you look around, women should be valuing that in men. Mm-hmm. This is where y'all can get together and you could build and you could grow.